to the weary, the broken, and those quietly carrying unseen burdens. This is for you. They underestimated you, toyed with your emotions, and thought they'd broken you for good. But hear me now. Your strength is greater than their doubt, and your path to victory is unstoppable. Today is the day you rise. Let these words guide you as God reveals the truth and sets you free. Let's talk about a moment that changes everything. The moment when God steps in and declares, "Enough is enough." It's a moment of divine intervention. It's a wake-up call that rips through the fog of deceit and manipulation, bringing clarity where there was once confusion. You know the type of person I'm talking about, the one who smiles sweetly while twisting the knife in your back. Narcissists. They wrap their intentions in charm, charisma, and confidence. But underneath, they are masters of deceit. They've manipulated you, drained you, and left you questioning your worth. But here's the truth. God doesn't let injustice linger in the shadows. When the time is right, He shines His light on the lies, exposing them for what they are. Why does this happen? Because God is truth. God is light. And anything that thrives in darkness cannot stand in His presence. That person who made you feel small, who made you doubt your worth, thought they had the upper hand. But God sees everything. Every lie, every manipulation, every attempt to rob you of your identity. God's justice isn't just about tearing down the wrongdoer, it's about lifting you up. When God exposes a narcissist, it's not subtle, it's a reckoning. The charm that once mesmerized people vanishes. The control they once held over you slips through their fingers. Their lies crumble under the weight of truth. But listen closely. This exposure isn't just for their sake, it's for yours. You see, every encounter with a narcissist leaves scars. Questions like, "Am I enough?" Or "Why can't they see my value?" But God's revelation is about more than unveiling the truth about them. It's about unveiling the truth about you. You are resilient, you are powerful, you are worthy, and no lie can redefine the identity God gave you. This moment of exposure is not an end, but a beginning. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that you are not defined by the hurt someone caused, but by the healing power of God's love. Romans 8:31 tells us, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" Let that truth take root in your soul. The same God who exposes the narcissist will elevate you. When God exposes, He doesn't just leave you to pick up the pieces. He provides the tools, the wisdom, and the strength to rebuild. This time, you're building on a foundation that cannot be shaken. The exposure is a blessing in disguise. It's God saying, "I'm pulling you into the light where you belong." So what do you do now? First, you forgive, not for their sake, but for yours. Forgiveness is the key to freedom. It's not about excusing their actions, but about releasing the burden they placed on you. When you forgive, you're no longer tied to their manipulations. You're free to rise. Second, you set boundaries. From this moment forward, you decide who gets access to your heart and your mind. Boundaries are not walls of fear, but gates of wisdom. They ensure that only those who respect your worth can walk beside you. Third, you step into your purpose. The exposure wasn't random. It was a divine setup. God needed to clear the distractions so you could focus on the destiny He's been calling you to. What dream have you been putting off? What purpose have you been too afraid to chase? Now is the time to act. Every tear you cried, every sleepless night, every moment of self-doubt, none of it was wasted. It was all preparation. Like a seed buried in darkness, you've been growing roots of resilience and strength. And now, with the light of God's truth shining upon you, it's time to break through the surface and grow into the unshakable, unstoppable person you were created to be. The narcissist thought they had the power to dim your light. But your light doesn't come from them. It comes from within, from the God who created you to shine. When God removes someone from your life, it's because they can no longer go where He's taking you. Their role in your story has ended, and that's okay. Now it's time for your next chapter. This is not just a moment of survival, it's a moment of revival. Stand tall, declare, I am not a victim, I am a victor. I am not broken, I am blessed. The chains are off, the mask has fallen, and the truth has been revealed. You are stepping into a future filled with purpose and abundance. The same God who exposed the darkness is the one who will light your path forward. You are seen, you are loved, and you are unstoppable. So rise, rebuild, and walk boldly into the life God has prepared for you. This is your time to shine. Let's make it count. Own your story. Every setback, every heartbreak, and every betrayal is a chapter in your testimony. There is someone out there who needs to hear it. Don't be ashamed of your scars. They're proof that you survived. Let me remind you of this. You're not the same person you were when the narcissist entered your life. You've been through the fire and emerged refined like gold. What used to hurt you can no longer touch you. What once intimidated you now empowers you. So, what will you do with this new you? Will you let the pain keep you small, or will you use it as fuel to rise higher, shine brighter, and live bolder? Because here's the truth. The exposure of that narcissist wasn't just about them being revealed. It was about you being revealed. The real you. The fearless you. The you who knows your worth and refuses to settle for anything less than what God has promised. This is your season. This is your time. This is your moment to rise. The enemy thought they could stop you, but they underestimated your resilience. God has plans for you that no one can steal. Not the narcissists, not the doubters, not the haters. No one. Let's go out there and live with passion, courage, and the fire of knowing that God is on your side. You've got this. You've always had this. Now let the world see it. When God exposes a narcissist, it's not just about opening your eyes. It's about opening your heart and soul to the possibilities of a better life, a freer life, a life where you don't just survive, you thrive. Let's get real for a second. The narcissists thought they had the power. They thought they could manipulate you, control you, and keep you in a place of doubt and fear. But they didn't count on this. The God who created the universe is the same God who fights for you. Let me say that again. God fights for you. He saw every tear you cried. He heard every prayer you whispered in those quiet moments when you didn't know how you were going to make it. And He stepped in, not when you thought He would, but exactly when you needed Him to. Why? Because He wanted you to see your own strength. He wanted you to know that no matter how clever the narcissist's lies were, the truth would always prevail. And now that the truth is out, it's your time to rise like never before. Who are you now? On the other side of this revelation, you're not the same person. You've been through the storm, and now you're stepping into the sunshine. But here's the thing about storms. They don't just clear the air, they cleanse the soul. That storm didn't break you, it built you. Here's what I want you to do next. Claim your power. Write it down. Say it out loud. Shout it if you have to. I am not a victim. I am a victor. Every time you affirm your power, you're taking back the pieces of yourself that the narcissist tried to steal. Rewrite your story. You're the author of your life, my friend. Don't let the narcissist be the main character in your narrative. They're a footnote, a plot twist, nothing more. The main character is you. The hero is you. Walk in gratitude. Now this might sound crazy, but hear me out. Be thankful for what you went through. Not because it was easy, but because it revealed your strength, your resilience, and your faith. Gratitude transforms pain into power. Take massive action. This is not the time to sit back. This is the time to dream bigger, live bolder, and love harder than you ever thought possible. That business you've been wanting to start, do it. That relationship you've been scared to pursue, go for it. That goal you thought was out of reach, it's not. Because now you know this, you're unstoppable. When you walk in truth, nothing, not a narcissist, not a setback, not a single moment of doubt can hold you back anymore. Let's make this clear. The exposure wasn't the end. It was the beginning. The moment God revealed the narcissist was the moment he said, "Now, my child, watch what I'm about to do in your life." And let me tell you, when God moves, he doesn't just restore, he multiplies. He doesn't just heal, he transforms. And he's about to do it for you. So don't just stand there looking at the ruins of what's behind you. Turn around and look forward, because what's coming is bigger, brighter, and better than anything you've ever imagined. This is your breakthrough season. God exposed the narcissist so you could walk in clarity, confidence, and courage. Now it's time to take that clarity and turn it into action. You are worthy. You are chosen. You are unstoppable. Let's rise. Let's conquer. Let's make it happen. The world is waiting for you. Let's go. When God exposes a narcissist, it's not just about shining a light on who they are. It's about awakening you to who you are. This isn't just their exposure. It's your elevation. The narcissist didn't break you. They tested you. And every test you've been through wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to transform you into the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. Let me ask you something real. Who would you be if that pain never happened? You'd be safe, maybe comfortable, but you'd also be playing small. God didn't call you to comfort. He called you to greatness. And greatness doesn't come from a smooth road. It comes from fire, pressure, and challenge. That narcissist thought they were taking something from you, but in reality, they were a tool in God's hands to refine you. Every lie they told, every moment they tried to tear you down, it's now a stepping stone for your breakthrough. You're not just recovering, you're reclaiming. You're reclaiming your voice, your identity, your joy. And let me tell you this, when you step into your truth, nothing and no one can stop you. God didn't just expose them to show you the lies. They were exposed because your destiny demanded it. So let's talk about what happens next. Because here's the thing. Exposure isn't the end game. It's the beginning. It's like God saying, all right, now that the trash has been taken out, let's get to work on the masterpiece. Rebuild with purpose. This is your time to rebuild, but not like before. You're not rebuilding from the rubble of your past. You're building on the foundation of your future, stronger, smarter, and more aligned with who God created you to be. Tap into your potential. The narcissist underestimated you. They thought you'd stay small, stay quiet, stay under their control. But God knew the truth. You're a force of nature. Now it's time for you to know it. Set your vision on fire. Get crystal clear about where you're going, not just in your career, but in your relationships, your mindset, your faith. Write it down, visualize it, and pursue it like your life depends on it, because it does. Break free for good. The chains are off, but you've got to keep walking. Don't look back at what's behind you. It's gone. It's done. The future is ahead of you, and it's bigger than your past could ever be. Let me remind you of something powerful. When God steps into your situation, He doesn't just take the problem away. He upgrades your life. The exposure of that narcissist is God saying, get ready. I'm making room for the blessings you couldn't have while they were in the picture. And what's coming? Oh, it's gonna blow your mind. The kind of love, opportunities, and purpose that will make you realize why everything had to happen the way it did. Here's your declaration today. Say it with me. I am no longer a prisoner of my past. I am a warrior of my future. I am not defined by their lies. I am defined by my truth. I am not weak because of what happened. I am stronger because I overcame it. I am unstoppable. The world needs this version of you, not the version that stayed quiet, not the version that second-guessed themselves, but the version who knows their worth, stands in their truth, and walks boldly into their destiny. God didn't expose the narcissist for you to play small. He exposed them so you could take your rightful place in this world. So go out there, own your power, speak your truth, and show the world what it looks like when someone walks in the light of God's favor. Your story isn't over, it's just getting started. Let's rise, let's conquer, and let's change the world together. Let's go.
Help us grow our faith-based Christian channel by subscribing, and don't forget to like and share to spread the message.